Hey, g'day, Trade Sam here from Trade to Prosper, here to talk about AGIX and more so along with Bitcoin pairing. And I'll tell you why Bitcoin pairing is becoming very important. Just notice this for a sec. Weekly high there has a weekly resistance. There we go, because it can come into play. So what we have here is Fibonacci and some key levels. We're going to go into more detail, but what you should know is we've got this liquidity or this previous high, so price hit all-time buying climax, pulled back, up thrust, found two double candles here, and then dropped. Therefore, that is going to be a key area, these wicks. So we'll use this level as a level of significance. We made that as 1, bottom is 0, double resistance there. Sure enough, can you see why is resistance? AGIX hit a resistance. 618. Now, why is this significant? Well, there's a few reasons why I think this will not go past this for a while. I think it will range, and we'll talk about that now. And I'll give you a comparison. Let's go to weekly indicator. Everything's bullish, everything's going up, but doesn't mean it's going to keep going up. Very unlikely. I think it will go sideways, and we'll see why. Go to a 2-day chart. 2-day chart, we've seen the RSI pulling around. We haven't seen the 2-day chart crossover, but this has a few dots, meaning bearish divergence coming in with a structure on the daily. Like we said, so I think wave 5 is further up. We have wave 1, 2, 3, 4 potentially here, and 5 up there. What I want to do is, so that is our weekly level, but that's just from the wick. When I eye it, I like to make it a bit more relevant, and there is a better fit. You can see there, resistance, support. That's just slightly over performance, so we'll leave our key level there. The other is probably the body of the candles. The base, this is accumulation all the way through, and a very strong move to the upside. You can see when we do the top and the bottom range, the 50% is relatively important. Double tap. Once you get above it, based on the stages, once you get above it, that was a signal to go long. Anyway, that's what happened. Now we have on this daily a little range. Let's have a closer look. Don't forget, this is against Bitcoin, and there's a reason why we're going to look at trading with Bitcoin for a reason. Now, that's our buying climax. Pull back into the daily bottom, found support, and we found this rejection, and now we're in this area. Let's go to a small time frame, 4 hour. So now we have that strong level, and I want to get rid of this for a sec. We have our ABC type of correction. See if it gives us. No, this one does. So you can see that could be a base. Let's just chuck that in there. That could be a base from a Wyckoff perspective. So if I was interested in going to AGIX and going long, I would like to see this come all the way down, either to this middle section, as the tool indicates, or further. Wave 5 is there, ABC correction. So we've got this base from a Wyckoff. We've got a buying climax. We've probably got a double top. There's no trading available at the moment. We could still try to get that level again, but it's likely to get a rejection and then come down through the range. If it stays in this range, then I'll start being bullish on the 4 hour. However, if Bitcoin is due to make a big move, we can see that coming down. And what we want to do is use Fibonacci from maybe from this high to the previous low, and start looking at our fibs. And what are we going to do? That's right, we don't want that. Start using these fibs as a means of measurements. Might even just do that there. Problem is with that, if we do the wick, that might be a better fit. All right. Now, why are we looking at this as a range and then a pullback? So if we go back to the daily, actually I've got to get rid of this one as well. Don't want it on the daily. If you recall, we said that's our golden ratio. If we go to Solana, Bitcoin, very similar. That's our base. That's our relatively top there. And you can see the golden ratio. Solana hit the golden ratio and then bang down. Saw the 0.5 as a resistance. So we're looking for this level as support further down. And then we could be in a range before we start going up or down. So that is likely to be a strong support and a bounce for Solana. If we look at this, we are negative. So we had our range and we start to break. We could probably just drop like that to these moving averages. Those moving averages roughly align here. So maybe it can go that low. So if we look at that, just look on the 4 hour. I'm jumping on the Solana. That's not the point I want to do. I just want to point out that the golden ratio was a pullback and therefore a range. Maybe it's even the top, but I doubt it. Didn't quite take above the previous, but that's a strong rejection. And similarly, if you look at that, bottom to top, golden ratio, and back to AGIX. Where do we put it? There we go. With the golden pocket, similar, buying climax, sell. So we are likely to come down. We first have that base, but if we see price come down all the way down here, we've got that, and a little bit there as a entry point to go long. For the short term, we play the range, and I've already sold half of my AGIX for Bitcoin, and for all we know, we get another effort, and I'll sell the rest for Bitcoin for now. Unfortunately, I can't get against Ethereum, so we might just do that separately. There's no chart for it, I mean, on an exchange, but I'll see this happening. Ethereum's likely to go up, and we should see some signs as to how it's compared to Ethereum. So that's my justification, the golden ratio. So I do believe we're going to come down, and for the short term, we're going to go sideways, but I think we'll have some. We might take out the liquidity slightly above, maybe even higher there, and then back down again. We're not yet in, so I'll be looking to short there, and if it drops and regains that level, I'll be looking to go long. The other aspect, which I should have shown just before, if you see my high time frame, here we go. So I've got weekly levels, and we have our point of control, high, point of control, naked point of control there for that. Got a weekly level, so that's going to be a strong resistance. So if this was to get a slightly higher, 0.65, I doubt it gets past it, but if it was, then I'll look for this level for a short. Bitcoin roughly did that on the 618, pulled back 20%, and then went back up, and now we're above it. So if Bitcoin does it, then AGIX can, but I'm looking for this level as a key level, as value level high as well. How did I line up with Fibonacci? Let's see. Yeah. Also, we have our fib extension with this one here. So we'll do our swing high, swing low, and we've got these levels. 2.618, 3.618, 4.618. We'll see if that comes into handy. And then we've got this one here, the macro. All the way from the bottom to the top to the bottom. And let's see how that gives us. And you can see here, point ever so slightly 236 made sense for resistance on the way up. This went right through it. Then we've got the 0.382, ever so slightly confluence of resistance. So if we do that, make it black. Now let's look in close. Now we've got more and more. Should do that. Levels of significance. So this 382 fib is going to be potentially our resistance there. So if we were to go up, this might just be there. We might not go even further than that. So I'll be looking at this level 382, and I can't do TPOs from here because we've already nullified that. So we're looking for bearish candles on the daily, 2 rejections, still on the daily there, and the daily there. So we're not going anywhere yet. It's in a range, but indication shows that we're going to go down. Like I said, we might go in the range for a while, and then we can have a potential even better trade. There you go, guys. Now, if we were to look at AGIX against the US dollar, let's see how that looks. So we've got selling points there. Strong move. And let's have a look. Wave 1, wave 2, 2.618 is likely to be resistance. So we've got blind climax. Similarly, we have previous high, level of interest. So this is likely to come down a fair bit. That is 34%. Yeah, maybe that's when Bitcoin drops. But I would like to go up. Nah. And you can see the 2.618 is starting to act like resistance. How can we look at this in another way? Let's have a look at this. Make that the golden ratio. Even lower maybe. And there you go. So that's holding it up. Over there. 2.618 is holding, 1.618 is holding it up based on this fib assumption. If we were to put that as 1, even the 1.618 is there. So if we've got that one, and if I was to include that wick, you know what? Probably does it perfect. Oh, there you go. Perfectly. 1.618. There, and therefore we'll leave it as that. You can see we're not going to get past that anytime soon. Very much like Solana going sideways, we are likely to come down, and my area of interest will be around here, or let's do this. What is it previous?
There you have it. Close. Please give Sam a like, share, and subscribe to his channel to support him for doing more of these posts.
Let's do this. Put the template, easy to read. There we go. So our previous bottom, and if you use Wyckoff, this is the previous bottom, which is the base. So if this was going to be reaccumulation, that's our buying climax. Then we're looking for a retracement like that, maybe on the golden ratio. That could be a level. So that could be A, B, and then potentially C, and then further up. And then we have whatever formation taking place, reaccumulation before bang, next phase. That's why I see it. There's a key level there, and it'll be nice to short it if it comes above. And that's my theory, guys. I'm going to leave it at that. Please give me a like and share, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.